almost here?
Oh, it's 8:01.
Yeah.
Stop. Let me ask him because he said he was on his way at 7:50, and I know he lives about 15, yeah, 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes.
Girl, grown-up people talking.
I know.
Stop. Bracelet. Hey, excuse me. No, I'm not putting you down. So you're done with my
What's going on, family? Share this. Share this everywhere.
Stop it. Come on, let's go home. You wanna go home? I'm not ready. Okay, sit.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Wish you was here.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're done? Did that die? Yeah, sit over here. He said he's a minute away.
All right, cool.
No, ma'am. You ready? Let's sit down.
We gotta wait for it.
Yes. Let's relax. Mommy? Yeah. He's not your man, but he's coming.
Hi, Mandy.
What's going on, Chief?
This is the guy I was talking about.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you. I'm actually going to go ahead and start. Thank you for coming out. Very, very privileged and honored to have y'all here. You know, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for staying. And basically, my name is Manuel Peralta. When I first came into this information, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for something to take over my job, something to start taking over my future, something so I can provide something good for my kids. I have two boys, you know, a mother I take care of, and my whole life, you know, has always been a whole different aspect of things. You know, I didn't finish high school, I didn't go to college. You know, when I was young, when I was about 3 years old, my father was murdered. So we moved. We moved from there, we went to Miami, and from Miami, I proceeded to come over here. And throughout all these changes, you know, I've seen my mother, you know, struggle and go through so many different things. So she's always been my solid rock. So I always told myself, you know, as I get older, I want to be able to do something for her and, you know, for my seed and for my future. So definitely started hunting, started looking around. For years, I was online looking for something. I really could not find it. I tried affiliate stuff. I tried e-com. I tried a lot of different avenues. But one thing that stuck with me as I was traveling and looking for all these different things was the connection with people. And that was like the biggest thing for me because I'm a big people person. So as time went on, I went into other hands-on businesses. I had a cleaning business a couple years ago. I had a handyman service as well, and I actually still have the pages on Facebook. And I used to have a meat market in Wayne County, which is in Jessup. I had that around 2014. There was some family, and I didn't quite find what I was looking for even then. So that's when I actually came upon this, and I'm going to present to you now. So as it starts, it says, what will you become? This is definitely something, some people may have run into it, may have not, but it's changed me in a lot of different ways. I've been able to make some money with this. I've been able to help people do this, and I have a nice team that's actually growing and developing as well. So let me get this back on. Sorry about that.
It's there now.
All right, cool. So what will you become? So the first thing I saw when I was shown this, my cousin actually showed me this, and I told him no like 4 times. So it's funny that I'm actually here presenting it now. When it was something I was like, dude, I don't know. I was already trying to pick up the skill set of trading and understand it somewhere else before I actually ran into this. And come to find out, man, like my own cousin who actually came to me first, his name is Wally Ramirez. If he's watching this, thank you. And his mom, they actually both trade. And it was crazy because I was like, dude, your mom's doing this? He's like, yeah, bro. And she's actually like making money with this every single day. It's cool. And y'all can go live if y'all want to. And, it was something like intriguing because I'm like, yo, my aunt's, kind of up there in age. So the fact that she's doing this and my family, it blew me out of the water because I was always the internet guy. So they were always like, dude, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And I finally found something that I can help people get results. I've gotten results, and now, this is a blessing. So, on to the next slide. Sorry about that. No technical difficulties. See what's going on with the screen. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So breaking down is a 4-way cash flow. As you know, you have people who work for someone. I actually do this part-time because I actually like what I do. I work at a custom cabinet shop. I'm a painter myself. So when I found this, I'm actually, still there while I was looking for all this stuff. So I came across it. 60% work for someone. You already know, restaurants, people pay your taxes, Burger King, McDonald's, people, regular jobs. Then you have 35% that work for themselves. So you have like a barbers, you have nail techs, you have people in that aspect. Then you also have the 4% that are business owners, like my friend Chael here, and a couple other people out there. But there was only 1%, and honestly, like I really didn't even know this. So it really blew my mind. There was 1% of people that had the investor mindset. You know what I mean? I was already kind of tipped off. You already kind of had the idea. So that's a rare breed. Yeah. So definitely, that's a rare breed of people. Like, not everybody's willing to get their money and put it somewhere, not really knowing what's going to happen next. So it takes a lot of guts, to really try to dig into it and lose money, or win money, because that's the whole purpose. So it was just that 1%, it really stuck out to me, and I was like, wow. Because 95% of people make only 5% entire money in the market, and then you got 5% that make only 95% of the entire money in the market. So really, I'm looking for people that's doing this right here, so we can also help out with the wealth. Yes, definitely. So once I saw this 4-way cash flow, I didn't understand really how money was working and how it was working in my favor. So once this was broken down to me, it really opened up my mind. It really opened up a lot of different avenues, and it brought me here. So I was like, okay, if we're going to invest, where do I do it at? And then that's where there's the 24-hour market, which is a trading $6.6 trillion per day market. You know, some of you already know. And honestly, when I used to look at this stuff, I was like, dude, this is like another language. You know, all these different type of letters and bars and stuff like that. You know, it really didn't click for me at first because I'm like, how am I supposed to invest my money in this? Like, how is this supposed to work? Like, and I only have so much time. So I was like, how exactly am I going to fit this into my schedule? And that's when I learned about high frequency trading. Once I learned about high frequency trading, that was told you it's time-based trading. So it's money in minutes. And I was like, okay, money in minutes. Like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? What exactly are you getting at? And as you can see right there, how it's laid out. And I was like, okay, so in this time-based trading, it was, sorry about that. The time-based trading, you can choose to buy or sell anytime in the market. At first, I didn't get that. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, don't charts kind of like go all kind of crazy ways, and it's like, no, really and truly, it just goes up and it goes down. You can buy and you can sell, and you can make money both ways. I only thought you could make money if things were bought. You know what I mean? So it really didn't wrap around my head that I'm like, yo, I can get money both ways. So that was crazy to me. That was definitely a big game changer. And then I was like, okay, so how do I know which way it's gonna go if I put my money? That's when I was told, it goes, if price is forecasted correctly, you win the trade. So I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? So what else is to this? Then it says your earning is based on percentage of what you invested. So I'm gonna give you this quick breakdown. You know what I mean? If you invest $10 at a 70% return, it's $17 profit. Well, obviously, when I first saw it, I was like, look, dude, cuz I love you, but I ain't here for no $10, $7. I ain't here for that. So what we gonna do? And he said, all right, well, if you invest $100 at a 70%, that's $170. I was like, okay, that sounds more interesting. You know what I mean? And if you invest $1,000 at a 70% turn, that's $1,700. And I was like, yo, I can pay my car, my insurance, you know, my mortgage. I'm like, this can really help. So I was like, all right, cool, you know. And I asked him, I was like, look, is it like a one-time thing? He's like, no, you could take more than just one trade. You know what I mean? Pretty sure you've heard of that before. So I was like, okay, this is starting to sound pretty good. And then I was like, okay, well, how am I supposed to find out how I know the market's going? So then that's when this app was presented to me. He's like, okay, it's called the Liberty. It's high frequency Forex strategies and signals. So it's 3 highly accurate systems that pinpoint targeted entries to create profits in minutes, not hours. So I was like, okay, this is some crazy new stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was in the age of, when I started, it was Walkman and CDs. You know what I mean? We still had the record players going. So really and truly, like these little softwares and stuff like that, like I'm 32, so I didn't get none of that. Coming from my background, not really being educated that much, you know, because I dropped out of school early, and not really like having much faith and belief. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And he told me, chill, because I got something else for you. I was like, all right, cool. As you can see, the market is now trending and moving towards the sell. So I was like, okay, so how can I get deeper into it? He was like, it's HFX, High Frequency Mastery Academy. I was like, okay, so there's an academy for it. He was like, yes, it's from I Am Powerful. Learn from the best, from them, and then basically live on your own time. So I was like, okay, so how exactly does it work? Is there like someone in front of me doing this? Or he said, look, really? There's someone all the time with you. So it doesn't matter what hour of the day, because you know the market's open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, opens at Sunday at 5 o'clock and closes Friday at 5 o'clock in the Eastern Standard Time. So I was like, okay, how am I supposed to do this? You know, with this app, you got all this stuff, but how do I put it together? Like, you know what I mean? Who's really going to take the time and teach me this? He was like, I got you. And then that's when it came was, there were the live teachers, the live educators. Oh, I didn't skip that part. There was the live educators that were breaking it down. Yeah, here it is. The live educators basically at prompt time. So I was like, okay, at the time, I forgot to add this in. I was working 2 jobs when I was trying to figure this out. So as I was working these 2 jobs, I was like, okay, so what's the schedule gonna be like? There was people that's up at 2, 3, 4 in the morning that I'm like, yo, there's really people dedicated to teach me at this time of night? And it kind of, it threw me off and it blew my mind because I'm like, these people really do it. You know what I mean? And I told my cousin, I'm like, yo, like, how y'all moving like that? He was like, brother, it's something that's been around for over 8 years. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah, it's been around over 8 years, and this is exactly how they rock. So I'm like, all right, this is my next question. I am ready. The biggest question is, how do you get started? So, somebody tapped twice. I was like, okay, it was $234.95 for the startup. I'm gonna keep it real. When he first hit me with that,
as soon as you put the screen up, he was like,
yeah. As soon as I seen it, I was like, yo. So how exactly is this gonna work? You're part of IM?
Huh? No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Nah, that's exactly what I was saying. I was like, cuz, for real? But then I started like really thinking about it. I was like, man, I don't know. He was like, dude, I'm telling you, it's really not what you think it is. I'm like, my guy, 234? And what he explained to me that opened up my mind was, he was like, bro, that's the one time fee that you're gonna have just to get started. Then it's just $174 a month. I'm like, okay, so how do I break that down? He was like, bro, if you break it down and you do the math, that's just $6 a day to get the $174.95 for the month. And by that time, through compounding, you'll be able to double that up. So I was like, okay, sounds interesting. I still told him no. And it wasn't until I really started like looking at my situation, and I was like, okay, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Where am I going in life? I work a pretty good job. You know what I'm saying? I love my kids. I'm taking care of everything I gotta take care of, but there wasn't really a hub, like a place where I can be like, okay, like if I spend this money, it's just me. And that was my biggest issue. Every time I would make these investments, I was alone. And that's what I loved about this is when you pay that, you're going into an academy. You remember it's like school. School is always fun. And you always make very good friends. In this industry, in this company that I'm in, they become your family. And when I first heard that, I was like, look, that's a strong word for me. Like, you don't call me your family, you really got to back it up. Like, I've flown out to Houston, to these events, I've met these people. So that, compared to what I met and the people I got to meet, bro, that's chunk change. With all the value that I've been able to receive from these people. They've paid for things for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've got my money back well over 10 times fold. So that's when I really realized, I'm like, no, this is bigger than what I think it is. And it's not even that much. When I started really looking into other like avenues for this, it's just thousands of dollars to learn how to do it. Just Forex, you know what I mean? Not even showing you this. So it was definitely something mind-blowing, for something like that. And I was like, well, what happens if somebody asks me? He was like, dude, if you don't want to pay for it, you go 2 and 3. So if you refer 2 active paying customers to the academy, hello, free access. So basically your education is free, and then you can show them how to get 2 as well. So now everybody's getting free education. There's going to be some people that they're like, hey, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to come, learn, and I'll pay what I got to pay. And that's cool. Because the main focus here is to teach you the skill set. More than what people might already know, and work with people that can probably take them to the whole nother level. Like, you never know who you're going to meet, where you're going to meet them at, and how it works out. So it's definitely been a blessing, throughout this whole time, throughout this whole journey, coming here. And I was like, okay, so what is this? It's just trading. Is like, no, you can actually build this. You can build a business. And you can start really getting deeper into your entrepreneurship, deeper into what it is that you really want. So I was like, all right, well, let me check it out. So boom. That's when I found out that the company pays you too. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Now it's worth my time more. I was like, all right, I see it. Even though I was already kind of like blown away with some of the trading stuff, obviously the money kind of like, oh, okay. But then once I found out that there's a second stream, I was like, they're kind of making it too easy for you not, you know what I'm saying, not to win. Like, you're gonna win regardless. You plug in, you're gonna win. You plug in other people, they start paying you for that. You know, and that was the craziest thing. So Platinum 150, that's if you bring 3 people in and they pay you $150 a month, $37.50 per week. You know, and it comes on the card. I actually have the card on me. So that's why I was like, oh, this is dope. Because I've been in other companies and it's been a struggle, you know, to even do this. So just the fact that people get the opportunity and the advantage to get paid, you know, just to bring people in at such a low cost. It's adorable. And it was like, man, this is pretty dope. So I was never really a builder, nothing like that. You know, I was never really big on referring a lot of people to other things, unless if it was, you know, some shoes or food or something like that. So this really, like, it really changed my perspective on things, because I'm like, you know, I can really do this. And this is something that can really help people. There's single moms out there, single dads, you know, people paying, you know, child support. I pay child support myself, so this actually helps. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I was like, you know, I really had to look at it in a whole different aspect than just getting people to the business. It was really like helping people create and establish a foundation of money to where it's off their phone. So let's say they gotta stay home with their kids, they're sick, there's still a way for them to create the revenue. And then for letting people know, let's say you didn't trade that day, boom, you letting people know in, you got Platinum 600, you 12 people on your team, $600 a month, $150 a week. So think about that. What's up, people? How easy it can be. Let's say you were trading, you know what I mean, and you want to up on your account. You get $150 a week to put in there to continue to compound your account and build it more. Then if you want to take it up, you're like, you know what, I want to let more people know, or the people under you. This is the cool part about it. Let's say you get 3 people, right? Well, the people under you, let's say they're those type of people that they're like, you know what, I'm going to build this. If people start building under you, that counts towards your leg. And let's say you're focused, you know, making sure everybody's good, making sure everybody comes in, and you're like, yo, where are these people coming from? And it can be your teammates understand and realize how important it is to really help these other people with this type of system, and they'll move on it. And they'll move on it, and it'll start building your leg, and it'll count towards your 30 people where they start paying you $1,000 a month, $250 per week. You know, so it's really crazy. You know, I'm actually myself, I have like 16 people on my team. So it feels good because I've never been able to have this many people in an organization with me. So the fact that I'm there and I'm going higher, it changed everything for me, and it really made me take it serious, because the people that are there, they're loyal and they really understand what's happening. So it makes it feel so much better on what I'm doing. So then I was like, okay, where does it go up to? So you can see all the way at the top, it stops at Chairman 500. Right now, it actually stops at Chairman 750. Now I'm gonna break this down real quick. I broke down the first 3, which was Platinum 150. As you can see, 3 people, the breakdown. Platinum 600, 12 people, the breakdown. Platinum 1000, 30 people, and that breakdown. Now, once you get 75 people in, think about it. Remember what I told you. You don't have to get all these people in. It could be your team just working together. You know what I'm saying? And making it happen. You get 75 people in, then they start paying you $500 a week, $2,000 a month. And then, you know, you got some months, got that extra week, you get an extra $400 on top of that. So there's going to be a couple of months residually, without a doubt, this money will come weekly. And I'm like someone that's been experiencing it, and I can tell you it's been an amazing, amazing feeling. You know what I mean? I needed to pump gas real quick. I pulled it out, bam, I was like, that's dope. I like that. Then as you go up, you see platinum 5,000, 225 people. Imagine getting $1,250 a week from having 225 people that you might have put in like a percent of your effort, and without you knowing, the rest of your team has been moving, or even together, the rest of your team has been moving because they see the value and they see the power. And it goes up from there. Chairman 10, you make $2,500 weekly. Then Chairman 25, and as you can see, all the way to Chairman 500. That's crazy. Like now they have the Chairman 750, so that's like 250,000 a week plus bonuses. So can you imagine making something like that weekly? Like when I first heard it, I was like, that's bananas. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a little OD. And I actually, when I went to the event and I got to see it, it was real. It was really, really real. When I went to this event, it was in May, and I was like, you know what? If I don't find what I'm looking for and I get sold on something, I'm not doing this. And when I went, that was the best decision that I made in my life. You know, I met the most amazing people ever. Ty, Jen, and Mitch, I don't know if they're watching right now, but, you know, my cousin Wally, Andy, I don't know if they're watching right now, but, you know, they're the reason I was able to get into this and meet people that really, truly care about you around our age group or even younger, you know what I mean? Like 18, 19, 20, making 6, 7 figures. You know what I'm saying? Like what people make in a year, they're doing in a month, a week, trading. You know, so just imagine having that plus trading. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a big game changer. So at the end is what will you become? You know what I mean? Making the decision and making the leap at first, you know, it's something kind of like, you know, it's good to look into. But really, once you understand like the value of it and really understand that people are coming from a genuine place, like me, myself, I'm the type of person, I stay on the phone with you, help you out, make sure you're set up and ready. Like that's how I do everyone because I'm a huge people person. So this is for everyone, but not everyone is built for it. You know what I mean? You're going to have people that may fold. You know, over their dreams, their goals, over things that they want in life, you know, but there's always those handful of people, that 1%, that they're willing to stick out, they're willing to go above and beyond, you know what I mean? So that's what it's all about. And I want to thank y'all three so much for being here. That's the presentation, so thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
Yes, ma'am.